In this video, we're going to cover how you can find the equation of a line when you're just given two coordinates. So in questions like this one, where we're being asked to find the equation of a straight line that passes through the points -2, -3, and 2, 5, and we have to write the equation in the form of y equals mx plus c. Now you could, of course, just plot these 2 points on a graph, and then use any method to find the equation. But in this video, we're going to do it entirely without the graph and just work with the numbers regardless of which technique we use. What we normally need to do when we're finding the equation of our line is find m and c, because we want our equation to look something like this, where m and c are actual numbers, but y and x stay as y and x. You can think of the method for these questions as having 3 separate steps. The first is to work out the gradient, which, remember, is m. The second step is to then use that gradient to work out c, and then the third step is to plug the m and the c values into the y equals mx plus c equation to get your answer. So first of all, let's find the gradient, which, remember, is the change in y divided by the change in x. And we can find it using the equation y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So if we think of the -2 minus 3 as our first point and the 2, 5 as our second, then on the top of our equation, we'll have 5 minus -3, and on the bottom we'll have 2 minus -2. Then we can simplify this to 5 plus 3 on top over 2 plus 2 on the bottom, because remember, whenever we take away a negative number, that's the same thing as adding that number. So we now have 8 divided by 4, which is just 2, so the gradient of our line, or m, is 2. Now that we've found m, the second step is to use that gradient to work out c. To do that, we take our gradient and one of our coordinates from the question and plug them into the y equals mx plus c equation. It's up to you which of the coordinates you pick, but here it's easier to go for the 2, 5 coordinate because both of these numbers are positive. So let's get rid of the -2, -3, 1. So if we plug these x and y values along with our m equals 2 into the y equals mx plus c equation, we'll have 5 equals 2 times 2 plus c, which simplifies to 5 equals 4 plus c. So if we subtract 4 from both sides, we'll find that 1 equals c, so our c value is 1. And finally, for step 3, now that we know that c equals 1 and m equals 2, we can plug these values into the y equals mx plus c equation to find that the general equation for this line is y equals 2x plus 1. So to sum all of this up, we first found m by finding the gradient, then we used that m value and one of the sets of coordinates to work out c, and then we plugged m and c into the y equals mx plus c equation to get our answer. Let's try one more. So this time we're trying to find the equation of the straight line that passes through the point 0, -3, and 8, -7. And again, we need to give our answer in the form of y equals mx plus c. Like before, the first thing you need to do is find the gradient. So if we make 0 -3 our first point and 8 -7 our second, then you just do -7 take away -3 over 8 take away 0, which is -4 over 8, or just -1 over 2. So our gradient m is -1/2. Next, you can use the -1/2 that we just found as m and one of the coordinates, for example 0, -3, as your x and y, and plug them all into the equation y equals mx plus c to find out the unknown value of c. So that will give us -3 equals -1/2 times 0 plus c, and as -1/2 times 0 is just 0, that part will cancel out, leaving us with just -3 equals c. So now that we found m and c, all you have to do is plug them into a new y equals mx plus c equation. So you get y equals -a half x minus 3, and that will be the equation of your line. Anyways, that's everything for today's video. So hope that was helpful. If it was, then please do give us a like and subscribe, and cheers for watching.